Welcome back, guys. Getting ready to start back on the never fails. I hit record and something makes noise around me. I don't know what it is, but that's just part of filmmaking, I think. Anyways, getting ready to start back on this piece for the parking attachment here. This is the block of steel that I milled out. Looked like an angle plate now, and I'm getting ready to do the rest of the work on it so that we can weld it to the main body. So I've got this little chicken sketch that I drew out that's got the dimensions that I need to know on it. And this is what we'll be doing is I need to put a hole here, and there's going to be a slot here, and there's also going to be this milled section that we're going to use the 6-inch face mill for. Once we're centered up on the slot, we'll just come in with that 6-inch face mill until it just comes even with the back, the wall right there. And that's just how Kearney Trecker did theirs. It's got a nice swoop to it, but we'll use the 3-inch radius off a 6-inch face mill to do that. It's 1/8 deep, by the way. And there's another counterbore right here we got to do. 1.5 by 1/8 deep counterbore. We got a 13/16 slot that's going to go all the way through. Another little section here we got to mill. So we got to put a radius over here. So we're going to have a little bit of rotary table work also. I'm going to use for this radius here, and then another section. Let me grab the block right here. The top ear, which that's what this block will be for, so it'll have a radius on here also. So what we'll do is once I have that ready and this all milled ready, we'll set up the rotary table and we'll do our radiuses on both pieces there. That'll be a little bit later. So getting it set up now, and I'll show you the machining steps as we go, okay? I'm going to have to find the back edge first and then drop it down because the collet nut's too damn big. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and make my movements here. Basically, once I touch off, I'm going 1.5 inches each direction. That is adding the 1/4 inch to it. Well, that didn't go as planned. looked at that drill bit, and the drill bit looked fine. I may have already work hardened the piece down inside there. This is the joys of a horizontal mill. See, I would have thought that that drill bit was chipped there, but it wasn't. This is a different drill bit, by the way. I slowed it down. Looks like I got success that time. Alright, so it was just the drill bit. I wasn't paying attention to it good enough. It's burned up on the sides here, so it was getting tight on the sides of the drill. It was dull here on the cutting edges also and on the corners, but these edges have broken down, so it was getting tight down in the hole, and that's why it was binding up. And of course I was heating up the, this is 4140, so I probably was making it a little bit hard in there too. So anyway, this is a 5/8 drill bit. What I'm doing is I'm putting a 5/8 hole there, and I'll utilize that hole whenever it's on the rotary table. But after it's all welded together, we'll be able to go through there and bore our 3/4 hole through both pieces at the same time. So let me show you something. I'm feeding. That's how I'm breaking the chip. I just let off the feed. Just like that. And I'm still creating a helicopter there. We're about through it though. Alright, so I'm set up now to do the slot. I'm using, this is the 11/16 roughing end mill that I found in my bin. It's still good and sharp, so we're going to use that. I thought about trying that in one pass, but there's no reason for me to really push it that hard, so I'm just going to go half the depth, which would be a 1/2 inch deep. I've got, I've started right here on my 0, and because this is a smaller end mill than what my finished size is going to be, I'll go past this a 1/16 of an inch. But I'm going to rough it out, and then we'll use a 13/16 end mill to finish it. That's my 0. I'm going to go a 1/16 past. I hate cutting chips. Alright, let me go ahead and bring the table up the rest of the way. Everything feels nice and smooth. It's 246 RPM there. I usually set the cutters to about 50 surface feet on this metal here. All right, so I think we'll I dug up a 13/16 end mill. Looks like that'll do the job right there. All right, so we got our 13/16 in there. I got everything set, ready to roll. And don't forget that once I go in there and cut the slot, I'm gonna back off. I'm gonna move back 3/4 of an inch. I'm gonna step it over 1/8 of an inch that way, and we'll come back out. You see right here. And I believe they put that in there so that whenever this thing is swinging around to go into here, this little bit gives that screw additional clearance to swing in there. And that's what I think it's for anyway. So let's just make it like the original. So let's see how it likes this. Yeah, it's doing good. Lock that knee down there and it tightened it up even better. So that's feeding in 1 inch per minute. Still running that same RPM. Let's see. 246 RPM right there. It seems to like it. Alright, coming up on our 0. Walk it up in here. Alright, there it is. So I'm gonna back up 3/4. Let's see. No, I got my math wrong. Let me go refigure that. All right, it should have only been 5/8, so that's what I'm. That's what I moved it to. I'm gonna feed the table to me. I'm bringing it to me 1/8 of an inch. I'll be going to 4 7/8 on my digital readout up here. Okay, there we go. And feeding out. We got that slinging chips. Well, I love that rigidity, guys. See if I can. All right. So take a look at that. That's what we're copying there. So we got the slot done. Now we can go in there with an 1.5" end mill and do this right here. And but we'll do this first. We'll go ahead and make this little cutout. I'm telling you, there's really no reason to do that, but for fun, I want to copy it anyway. And we'll do this, and then we'll go in there and we'll do this last counterbore there. All right, we got that 6" face mill set up. I've already touched it. We've gone down to 1/16. I've got my stop zeroed out on the DRO for back here, and we're ready to go in and make a little cut. I'll let the pretty nice finish right there. Oh yeah. Isn't that fun? Okay, need to take this back out, and we got one more counterbore to do right there. All right, so we're gonna come in here and do our 1.5" diameter counterbore. We got this Niagara cutter here. I don't recall who it was. Somebody recently gave me this. You know, in viewer mail. It's a brand new 1.5" 2-fluter that's never been used before. So we'll use that. We ain't got to go down but about 1/8 of an inch. Just a little plunge cut. I always enjoy being able to use and show the tools that people give me. That's why they give them to me, you know, they're to be used, and I just always like being able to pick one that's been donated to the shop here and show it on a project or on a job, you know, that kind of thing. So I've already got my 0 location. I'll move it back to 0, and then we'll start our cut. Get it touched off, and I'll set a 0. We're gonna go 1/8 deep. There we go. That's about a 1/16 deep there. We've got about halfway to go. I'm just manually feeding it up, by the way. Trying to take it nice and easy. Okay. All right, I think we're about through with the milling for this portion of it right here. All right, just one more quick shot of it while it's still sitting in the mill there. I'm happy the way it turned out. It looks just about like the original over here. I'll compare them side by side here shortly. So the next thing I need to do, I want to go ahead and try to get this part complete. On the back side here, the main body there is going to be sitting right here. So I've got the 2 pins I'm going to use, so I'm going to set it up. Probably go down there and use the DoAll for this op, just to make things easier. go ahead and drill and ream our 2 holes for our 1/2-inch pins. And I'm probably gonna put, let me see, on this side right here, I'll probably put a little bit of a weld bevel here, and same thing on the body of it there. Put a little weld bevel, because that side will be, it basically will be flush right there. I still got some of this tonsillitis bothering me, but that'll be the next step right there. We got to get our holes in there. So let me pull it out of here, and we'll kind of lay them side by side there and compare them. All right, there's your little side by side comparison. Did a little bit of deburring on it, and looks to me like it's very close to what K&T's got on theirs. So again, here's the block. I still got to shape it to, you know, it'll be there once we get it finished up. So we want to put the holes here. We want to cut a radius here. Cut a little radius on this corner here to match it. We got to mill this to size. Put a couple holes here. Cut the 2 radiuses on that plate. So we still got quite a bit to go. But shaping up pretty nice though. I'm happy with it. Hey, so while I'm doing some milling, I want to go ahead and get this piece, this ear, I want to get it squared up. So I need to mill basically 3 sides. We'll flatten this side. I'm gonna flip it over and get it to 2.5 inches thick, and then we're gonna mill this in to 3 1/4. So I'm gonna use that 2-inch face mill, and we're gonna move it pretty fast here. Not very square, is it? That'll work for that side there. Yeah. You can get it out, file it, flip it over, and finish it off. Two and a half. All right, so this side here, we're going to take that to 3 1/4. So we got exactly 1/8 of an inch to take off. This is a good factory side here, so I'll be able to just set it in there like that. So I'm going to measure it. I need to take off 56. There we go. Some more filing. This one's ready for the radiuses and the 2 holes for the pins. So we got her set up, and I'm getting ready to drill and ream the 2 holes for our 1/2 inch pins. So we got our drill bit. I'm going to pilot drill it with this short drill right here, and then we'll go in there with our other drill and then ream it 1/2 inch. So I'm going to spot it first with the center drill just to get a nice spot there for the drills to follow, just because of the roughness of the surface there. So I laid it out just so that I can kind of have a witness line there. Basically it's 5/8 from each side, but 2 inch center to center, and centered on 2.5. So I'm 1.25 inches from the edge this way, and then we'll be 2 inch center to center. So I'm just going to come down and just spot it with this. Alright, and then use the hook scale to verify it. It looks like it's dead nuts 1.25 inches, and we can do it the same way this way too. It's 5/8. This is the drill that the stack houses had given me. This is some that they sell here that they wanted me to try out. This is a size drill. The short length drills, I need to get some in and shop, and also like some spotting drills instead of using all the center drills there. I need to get some spotting drills. So I want to be careful. I really don't want to bust through. I want to leave a clean back right here. So this is 3/4 thick. I'm going to use this little clamp up here on the quill, and I'm just going to set my depth to about 5/8 and leave myself about 1/8 of an inch clearance there on the wall. Okay, that looks pretty good. And well, now I need some cutting oil. I want to be careful that I don't overheat my cutting tools with this material here. Okay. That did pretty good. All right. Now I'm going to have to slow this one down here. Before I drill it all the way down through there, I want to check my hole size to make sure I'm not drilling over. See, I'm right there on it again. So that drill bit, man, this drill bit keeps messing me up. Let me go over here. I'm going to put a regrind on this thing. I must have got that grind off, so I'll be back. All right, I checked it. It is a 31/64 drill bit, and I just reground it over on the Lyle. You can see with my size there, it's 31/64. And I didn't see anything out of the ordinary on the grind. I may have an uneven flute link there. I'm going to try it again and see what's going on here. The drill just does not want to cooperate with me. But it looks like I'm finally drilling under a 1/2 inch anyway, if I can. Well, I'm just going to go for it. It's really starting to annoy me, but I think I got just a few thousandths to ream. with our 1/2 inch reamer. I think I got a worn reamer too. Felt a little tight in the hole. I think that'll work for our pins there. So let me go ahead and I need to put a little chamfer there. Okay. Alright, so I won't bore you with it again, but we'll step it over. And I'm just going to repeat what I've done here. So our center distance is 2. I got it on 0 with the backlash already eliminated. And this is kind of how I do it in my head. So I already moved 1 inch. We have 200 thousandths per revolution. So this is what I do. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, which would be 1 inch right there. So that's a total of 2 inches. See, all right. So I'll bring him back and drill a ream, and I decided to ditch that reamer. Just didn't like the way it felt. I'm just using an end mill, 2-flute end mill here. What I was thinking. This end mill has got some wear in it, so it wasn't really a perfectly straight hole all the way down. It was slightly tapered. I felt it was cutting more towards the bottom there. But we got her now. That would be if I want to use it, see it's trying to push it out. That's the 1/2 inch pins right there. This is one of the sides that's going to get welded. So what I'd like to do is go ahead and machine a weld bevel on that, and then I'll fill that in with weld. The bottom will just be a nice fillet weld, so there's no need for it'll be a 90-degree fillet there, so no need for a V. We'll just do this one side here. That's a carbide 90-degree chamfering tool. That was one cut. I'm going to go ahead and make one more here.